Hi, I'm Ellie and I'm going to talk to you about the Applied Human Biology course at HNC. So we're going to have a look at a little bit of some content today. So particularly we're going to have a look at some pathogens because our first year content focuses quite a lot on pathogens and the way that they affect the human body. So today we're going to have a look at the pathogen MRSA. So MRSA stands for multi-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. So the Staphylococcus aureus bit, that sounds a bit nasty, is the genus and the species of the bacterium. The multi-resistant bit means that MRSA is resistant to an awful lot of antibiotics that we have. So it's currently really difficult to treat. Because it's got such a big clinical significance, it starts to cause lots of deaths in hospitals. So although hospitals are really clean places, they're full of people who are immunocompromised and who are not very well. So this particular one is classed as a superbug just because of the fact that it's so difficult to treat. Usually, because it's a bacterium, bacteria can be treated with antibiotics. So we have a wide variety of antibiotics that we can use. However, this particular one has managed to become resistant to a lot. The way it does that is through mutations. So occasionally, randomly when they replicate, DNA changes slightly. That's just due to mistakes. So as that DNA changes slightly, it alters part of the way that the bacteria lives, survives, maybe alters the way it looks. For example, it might change the way a protein on the surface of the bacteria, the shape of it. So if it changes the shape, that means the antibiotic might mean the antibiotic can't attach to it anymore. Most of the time, these mutations are really unhelpful and the bacterium just dies. However, if it means that they can evade an antibiotic, it's going to be very useful to them if the antibiotic's present, and therefore it gets passed along from generation to generation. Bacteria can also do this really cool thing, so we can only use vertical gene transfer. That means we can only pass genes down our family tree. So if you think of a family tree, your parents can pass DNA to you because you're down the tree from them. Bacteria can pass genes horizontally. So they can pass their genes to like their siblings, to other bacteria. That means that this resistance genes can pass really, really quickly. So they can do this via little plasmids, which are little small circles of DNA that they can pass between them. We don't have those. So the way it works is it creates infections affecting broken skin. So when there's a little break in your skin, which obviously in hospitals, a lot of people do have breaks in their skin, or they have like needles going in, which obviously causes a break in the skin. It can then spread through your bloodstream and your lymphatic system to go around the rest of your body. Your immune system then often can't cope because what it does is it causes a wide variety of effects. So it has a lot of virulence factors is what we tend to call them. So that means that they're the things that it does to your body to stop your body working properly. So we start to cause some slightly nasty infections. So there's quite a few different ways in which they can be resistant to antibiotics, which is one of the things that we study in a bit more detail. So we look specifically at the cell itself, so what the bacterium looks like, what's present in that bacterium, and how it then causes diseases in your body. We also have a look at why it is that antibiotics don't work. Some antibiotics do still work, which is really, really important because we can still treat it, just it's a lot trickier. But this is a really great example of the massive issue we're having in the world at the moment of antibiotic resistance. Because more and more bacteria are becoming resistant to the medications that we have to treat them, which then means that we don't have a way of treating them. So exploring that in a lot more detail when you go into the course, and it comes up in your coursework, we start to study antibiotics and antimicrobials, and we'll start to have a look at exactly what's going on there. So that was a little bit of an insight into what some of our lessons might look like in applied human biology. This is just one of the many topics that you'll study. So we do study a couple of other pathogens as well, such as HIV and Plasmodium that causes malaria. If you would like any more information, we'd love for you to come see us at one of our open events. They take place across the year. You can ask the staff members lots of questions and you can find out any more information that you'd like. And then we'd absolutely love to see you on the course in September. Thank you.